to the stage. Mohammed Saeed, Mohammed Al-Mahid,
Chris Anderson, Lee Bradshaw, Becca Matthias, Jack Banks, Huma Hanif, Lauren Ashcroft, Joey Guy, Sam Gardner, Ed Graham Hyde, Jason Smith, Rosanna Myers, and Mohammed Youssef. Once again, the more observant will have noticed that not all the candidates are here. They move on down. Okay. I have statements from some of the candidates. I will feed them in just as I did before. I'm getting very bad reverb. Okay. So the first candidate was drawn at random was Mohammed Saeed. Mohammed has not submitted any statements, so we will move on to candidate 2, which is Mohammed Ali Majid.
Again at the beginning. Sorry. Again. Well, basically, I think everyone here is going to piggyback on the point about tuition fees and how £9,000 and getting the most out of your money. But the thing is, really, in reality, you guys now, even before the fees go up, aren't getting, you're not getting the most out of what you should be. You're not given the things that you should be given. There are so many issues which you guys you're not getting what you deserve, basically. That simple. I mean, I could go on and on about all these issues and facilities, such as safety or education and societies. There's so much to talk about. I don't actually have time in this 1 minute. So, I mean, it's just, I can't even begin to talk about it. It's that simple. So there's just so much. I mean, I've had work with other unis as well, other societies and other unis just helping out for general things. So I do have actually quite a bit of experience with other societies and different unis. So I've got kind of a different area of experience with university students as a whole, which I'm not sure if other people do have as well. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Chris, by the way. The National NUS Conference is the event where our student union discusses, debates, and decides on the issues that will affect us, the students, during the year. The amount of people that UCLan sends to the NUS National Conference is huge, and this means that our university has a massive voice. But that means we have to be confident in the people we are sending to the event. We have to know that the people going are going with our best interests at heart. There are candidates with more union experience than myself. I'm not going to deny that. Over my 3 years at UCLan, I've seen a lot change, some for the better, some for the worse. But rather than sit back and complain, I want to get our voice across the union. I promise you, I will work, fight, and campaign to improve life for us. Thank you. I'm Chris Anderson.
NUS Annual Conference is the only chance UCLan students get to have a direct impact into what the National Union does, who it elects, and how it should run for the next 12 months. Having been to conference a number of times, I understand the workings of NUS, and I feel I am able to represent UCLan students effectively. Vote for the motions that will best benefit UCLan students, and vote for the candidates who will best serve us and the wider student body. This is our chance to have our voices heard nationally, so for a strong representative, vote Lee Bradshaw, number 1 for NUS Delegate. Thank you.
Okay, National Conference is the biggest and most important date in the NUS calendar, which is why it's important that UCLan elects suitable delegates to go to the conference. As education officer and a recent graduate who's been involved with NUS and has been following NUS for many years, I know I have that knowledge and understanding to represent the students here. We may not have the loudest voice compared to unions in London, Manchester, Liverpool, Sheffield, but we've got a large number of students and they deserve somebody to go who knows what they're doing. This is the first time in years that UCLan have put a motion into conference. Students at UCLan aren't just in the UK, they're overseas as well, and with campuses opening in Cyprus and one in Thailand, it's more important than ever that we represent those students. We want NUS to support not just us, but unions across the country in this. I've been part of writing that motion, and I want to see it pass. This is why I think you should send me to conference as your delegate.
Okay, I have a statement from Jack Banks. Hi all, Jack Joseph Banks, current APO and running for NUS Delegate Conference. I would like to apologise for not being able to attend. Unfortunately, question time coincided with my master's interview. During my time here at UCLan, Not only have I worked as a full-time officer for the union, but I have been actively involved. I was an active member of the Men's Rugby Union Club and served as a kit coordinator and chairman, with also having worked in Source as a door supervisor in my final year. So why do I want to represent you as NUS delegate? Because I believe that with UCLan's growing reputation at the national level due to the work of the members of council and the SAC, I believe that the people we send to represent us should be involved in as many aspects of the union as possible and be individuals who will make sure that when any issues arise that may affect UCLan or its students, that they are people who represent the best values, beliefs and wishes of those students and are proud to say they are from UCLan in any forum. I hope you will take this into consideration when voting and hope that you do bank on Banksy.
Hello again, I'm Huma Hanif. For those of you who don't know me, I'm well known for articulating arguments and representing views that I feel passionately about. I observed issues that need resolving, and for this reason have decided to make a stand against the issues affecting us students. By representing you as NUS delegate, I promise to hear your views and interests and act as your student voice at a national level. I am friendly and approachable and willing to listen to concerns and opinions of individuals and to voice them. I give you my word that I will not only voice your opinions, but I will try my hardest to get them enforced. As a student, I have found that student life is not all what it seems to be. I mean, the standard of living, the financial issues, the workload, it all comes down to being difficult in the end. In the current economic climate, the rise in tuition fees has affected students nationally. I will take a strong stance to absorb the rise in fees and put you in debt that will take a lifetime to pay off. My main aim is to target things for a daily basis. Sorry, am I cutting the time? Okay, well basically, vote for me. I have a load of things that I want to do, so vote for Huma.
Good afternoon. My name's Lauren Ashcroft. I'm running for NUS delegate. Okay, so basically, the NUS is very important. It's our voice in the UK. So UCLan has to decide the best candidates for the job. Basically, if I'm elected, I'll defend our rights. I'm not afraid to stand up for us. I will make sure that UCLan, has its say in the policies made, ensure NUS are doing all that they can for students, and also have the opportunity to meet other students and share our experience, and also look at how we can improve UCLan as a whole.
Can I just ask that people don't call out from the side? One, it puts off candidates. Two, if it actually puts off a candidate and you heckle a candidate, then I will actually add more time for that person. Okay?
Hi, I'm Joey Guy. I'm running for NUS delegate, obviously. You know what the conference is all about, so why should you vote for me? Basically, I've worked within the union now for 2 years, so I know, I've worked in the advice centre, so I know what you guys want, I know what you need, and I know how to represent that on a national stage. Not only that, I'm also running for education officer. I'm the only candidate that's actually running who's also running for NUS delegate, which shows I actually really care. So vote for me, number 1 for NUS delegate, and you'll have somebody that'll put your views right. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name's Samuel Gardner and I'm a third year politics student and I'm standing for NUS delegate. Why send me to the NUS delegate to the conference? Well, basically I think I'm one of the most confident, outgoing, outspoken individuals up on this stage. I am an everyday ordinary student and I encounter exactly the same problems that you do each and every day. And if you want to send a strong voice, to send your voice, make it strong, make it confident, and vote Samuel Gardner for NUS delegate. Thank you.
Hey, I'm Ed. I believe passionately in the importance of having a national movement of students to make sure that those in power above us hear our voice, which is always stronger as one. And this is why I would like the privilege of representing the students of UCLan at a national level. Having never been to an NUS conference, I think it would be a good thing to bring some fresh blood that has only the university matters at its heart. I would encourage you to vote for all 7 positions and consider a range of different things a range of different things of what they can contribute, such as the current SAC members, Becca and Jack, or experienced council members, such as Jason or Lee Bradshaw, whilst at the same time considering those that bring a different perspectives, such as myself. Use your head, vote for Ed.
UCLan is the 5th biggest uni in this country, and we send one of the biggest delegations to the NUS. The purpose of the conference is to set national policy for the year and to elect the next group of full-time officers. You deserve to be represented there by people who are passionate and knowledgeable and are not afraid to get up in front of 1,000 people and speak on your behalf. I already sit on a national committee for the NUS. I've just been invited to be part of the student panel for the QAA, which sets the standards for higher education across the country. We all have a vested interest in what happens here at UCLan and with the decisions that are made at the national level, but I'm especially motivated to make sure UCLan is the best it can be. If you want your union and your uni to be respected, recognised nationally, vote for the people who can make that happen. Vote for passion, vote for knowledge, and vote for experience. I'm Jason Smith. Thank you very much.
Okay, finally we have a statement from Rosanna Myers. Hi, I'm Rosanna, and I'm a second-year law student at UCLan, and I'm running to represent you at the NUS conference in April. NUS gives students a voice at national level. As we all know, fees are going up this year to $9,000, and although we as current students won't be affected by that level of fees, we still need to make sure we are getting the most out of our student experience. Having a voice in the union is great, but having a voice at a national level is even better. We need to make sure that we are being heard and listened to. Voting for me to represent you at the NUS conference is a way to make sure that your voice here at UCLan is being heard and listened to at a national level. We need to make sure that we are getting the level of education and support that we deserve during our time at university, and by voting for me, you can make sure that your views are being put forward. That's Rosanna Myers' statement. Okay, Stefan, we have 2 questions for NUS. No questions at all. Right, I will take 2 questions from the floor for NUS. Sorry, 1 question from the floor. It is 1 question from the floor, so please make it a good one. Do we have a question for NUS delegates? One right at the back, that helps. Come on, you're from Wigan, you should be able to shout.
What do you think is the most important factor that you would sort of try and change or try and talk about at the conference if you were elected into the delegation thing?
So the most important factor that you would bring. Okay.
Being first again. Yeah, well, the thing is, I can do what I want to do, but the thing is, it's not about me, it's about you guys. I'm only an individual. You guys are the whole community of university students. I can do what I want to do, but it's you guys that count. I can go off and say, I think this is an issue, I think that's an issue, but really it's not reality. What I'll have to do is go and talk to you as a community of students and try to find out what you guys actually want, because I've got like a long list of issues, and to me pick one is kind of like, it doesn't make any sense.
That's really annoying. That was my answer as well. He's hit the nail on the head. Literally, it doesn't. We can think what we want, but it's not our voice we're getting across. It's your voice. It's the things you want to change. Over this last week, I've spent time trying to get to every society and to every halls, finding out the issues that you guys have and that you guys want changed. And if I am elected to go to the NUS conference, it'll be the same again. Until April, I'll be coming down to. I'll annoy the hell out of all of you. I'll come down and I'll find out what you want changed from university.
Okay. I've read the NUS motions document, and it's a document about that thick. It's huge. And one of the things that the 2 things that I'm really passionate about, but what I'm going to speak about is about postgrad support. While things have been going on about undergrad fees, as a postgrad student, nothing's been mentioned about how postgrads, who we pay for our fees up front by ourselves, and it's about supporting all students and making sure that postgrads also have their voices heard on the national stage, as well as the issues that undergrads face.
I sometimes feel that NUS forget that institutions like UCLan have different issues to institutions that may be in London or bigger cities. I'm actually backing a candidate for Vice President of Higher Education who understands our issues. She's come and spoken to us and she's seen what UCLan is like. So I think if I go, I'll be encouraging people to vote for her because I know she can do something for UCLan.
Right, there's loads of things that I could say to you. I mean, there's a postgrad issue. There's like Islamic Society wants more prayer facilities, but the main issue that I think affects all students is finances. So that's what I would concentrate on. I want larger bursary schemes. I want more student discount vouchers. That's my main aim. So vote for me.
Okay, so we all know about the fees rising. So universities becoming, less available for everybody these days. Okay, people aren't going to be able to pursue their dreams or get a good career. So what I'd like to put forward is more bursaries and scholarship opportunities.
If I was elected, I'd look into representation, particularly of those who are overseas. With us opening new campuses in Thailand and Cyprus, I want to look into the legality of how we can best represent them.
Hi. The issues I would be taking forward are the everyday issues that either we're facing right now or we're about to face in the next academic year. The first one is about the disparity of services that students are going to be receiving, because we're not going to be the only university that goes from £3,000 to £9,000, and the services that the 9,000 students receive are going to be different to what we currently receive. I want to take issues like that forward. The other thing as well is I've also been affected by my modules, or my elective modules, being cut, and my department, social science, is also being cut by the government. Cheers.
Personally, you guys have voted me in, so I would want to vote on issues that NUS are putting forward on your behalf. So I think Chris touched upon it when he said that he's going to annoy the hell out of you. I'm going to try and do the same if elected, because I think it's important to hear what you want us to vote on, and then we go ahead and vote on it, because ultimately we can't change everything. There's 7 of us, but we can vote and have our say through that method instead.
The biggest issue, I could give you platitudes. I could tell you what you want to hear, that I'm going to come and talk to you and I'm going to find out. That's not what this is about. You're going to vote for people to represent you because you trust them to be able to vote on their conscience on the issues that arrive on the stage on the day. There are thousands of motions that have been put forward. We can't deal with all of them in this forum. We can't even discuss all of them. And what I do promise you is that I will look at each one individually, the same as I did last year, and I will vote with my conscience in your best interests. Thank you.
Okay, everybody, round of applause for all the candidates for NUS delegates.